Merve Emre, The Personality Brokers, The Strange History of Myers-Briggs and the Birth of Personality Testing. In this summary of The Personality Brokers, The Strange History of Myers-Briggs and the Birth of Personality Testing, by Merve Emre, we'll delve deep into the origins and surprising story of the world's most famous personality test, the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, MBTI. Created by a mother-daughter duo during World War II, the MBTI was based on Carl Jung's theories of personality. Despite its lack of scientific validity and criticism from psychologists, the MBTI remains immensely popular, offering millions of people a framework for self-acceptance and self-discovery, even if it might not be entirely accurate.
Myers-Briggs Understanding Personality Types. The Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, MBTI, is a personality test that measures a person's behavior through four dichotomies: introversion, I, and extroversion, E, intuition, N, and sensing, S, feeling, F, and thinking, T, and judging, J, and perceiving, P. The questionnaire consists of 93 questions, and each answer determines a unique personality type. The test doesn't have right or wrong answers, and each personality type has its own strengths and weaknesses. Despite its clear framework, the MBTI has controversial roots. The Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, MBTI, is a popular personality test developed by Katharine Briggs and Isabel Briggs Myers during World War II. The test measures a person's personality based on four dichotomies of normal human behavior: introversion, I, versus extroversion, E, intuition, N, versus sensing, S, feeling, F, versus thinking, T, and judging, J, versus perceiving, P. The questionnaire asks 93 questions about a person's preferences, and each answer determines a unique personality type that is a combination of four letters. The MBTI is non-judgmental and clear, emphasizing that no personality type is inherently better or worse than another. Each type has its own strengths and weaknesses, such as feeling personalities being more empathetic and thinking personalities being more rational problem solvers. Despite its widespread use, the MBTI has controversial roots. Critics argue that the test's scientific validity is questionable, and its dichotomies oversimplify complex personality traits. Nevertheless, the MBTI remains a popular tool for self-awareness and personal growth. Flaws in the Myers-Briggs test. The popular Myers-Briggs test is based on the work of Carl Jung, who relied heavily on myths and opposing personality categories instead of empirical evidence. Jung's theories about personality were criticized by his contemporaries, but the questionnaire was created based on them anyway. The questionnaire's theoretical underpinnings are therefore flawed and questionable, which raises concerns about its effectiveness as a personality test. The Man from Zurich. Katharine Briggs' obsession with Carl Jung was the driving force behind the creation of the Myers-Briggs Personality Questionnaire. She revered Jung as an almost divine oracle, with his work becoming her Bible. Briggs began to express her love for Jung through her writing, rebelling against societal norms by composing erotic fiction about him. Her devotion remained undimmed for the rest of her life, inspiring millions of Americans to place their faith in her work instead. The Origin of Self-Help, Katharine Briggs and the MBTI. In 1926, Katharine Briggs penned a groundbreaking article in the New Republic, Meet Yourself, How to Use the Personality Paintbox, that introduced Carl Jung's theories to the wider American public. She described each of the 16 personality types with a different color in a personality paintbox and suggested that you could arrive at a better self-understanding by identifying which color fits you best. This novel approach became the forerunner of popular self-help writing, which was in high demand in the 1920s U.S. society that was facing a shortage of psychologists who could cater to the psychological needs of the masses. Briggs' MBTI made self-discovery seem fun and non-threatening, ushering in a new era of self-mastery for individuals who wished to break free from the constraints of organized religion. However, this new trend of personality typing had a darker side, as people would use it to stereotype and discriminate against those who they perceived as different. The Myers-Briggs Type Indicator and its controversy. Isabel Myers developed the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator as a tool to help individuals better understand themselves, but some theorists saw it as harmful. Theodor Adorno, in his sociological thesis, The Authoritarian Personality, linked personality typing to Nazi Germany's racial policy, which he believed could lead to a fascist society. Adorno also saw personality typing as symptomatic of corporate capitalism, as it helped to separate society into different classes. While Briggs and Myers saw the tool as a way to gain insight, others saw it as a dangerous toolbox for discrimination and oppression. The controversial Myers-Briggs test. The Myers-Briggs Type Indicator is a popular personality test taken by millions worldwide despite lacking scientific validation. Critics argue that the 16 personality types are too loosely defined, and over half of the individuals who retake the test are categorized differently. However, the MBTI's popularity may lie in its ability to offer a framework of self-acceptance and self-justification. Believing that our personalities are innate and immutable can provide comfort and serve as a justification for our decisions. Despite its flaws, the MBTI has value in offering reassurance.
So, while the MBTI may not pass muster in scientific circles, it continues to provide a sense of reassurance and self-acceptance for many, transcending its dubious origins in the hands of a mother-daughter team inspired by an obsession with Carl Jung. In summary, The Personality Brokers offers a fascinating peek into the history and unexpected popularity of the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator. Emre traces the birth and lifeline of the MBTI, offering a rich and intriguing story that paints the MBTI in a new light, and invites us to question our own attachment to the idea of personality types.